What's up, everyone? Welcome to the final Mock Monday and special one. It is a 3-round big one. My computer's going to freeze. I already know. It's fine. We'll
That's
deal
why
with
I'm going to track the draft on my own over here in case we lose some progress.
Bet.
Smart.
Bet. Um, but anyways, yeah, let's get to it. So we're going to do this by division. I'm going to run my 3 teams divisions, the AFC North, the NFC East, and the NFC South. Jimmy's got the NFC North, the AFC East, and the AFC South, and John's got the Wests, NFC and AFC West out there. All right. So we got it set up here on PFF so we can force trades like Jimmy likes to do.
I'm such a ballsy dude.
All right, so Jimmy, you're up first. The Bears.
I'm going with the obvious one. I mean, it's Caleb Williams. Everyone knows it.
Jr.
Marvin Harrison Jr. Vontez Mack, no matter what.
Exactly. All right, I'm on the clock with the Commanders here, and gonna stick with what we've been doing. Jaden Daniels again, like John said the other day, and we've been saying no clue why they have Jaden Daniels so far down, but it is what it is. I think he just fits better than Drake May in the Cliff Kingsbury offense.
Look at that average draft position, though. So
People know.
Everyone knows.
Yeah. And now I have the Patriots, and I took AFC East because I have a trade to announce.
Good Lord.
The Vikings are coming up. It's going to happen if Drake May is available at 3. And with the news coming out, the New England is very, very willing to ship this pick. 11, 23 for 3, and then a first round next year. Probably going to be a first rounder in 2020.
Ooh.
6.
Nice.
Throw in, to make this work, just throw in like 137 or something.
Ooh.
103? That's a better chance.
Now we get 45%. Yeah.
If you could add. Oh, there we go. Now I'm back on the clock because I picked NFC North, and you know what I'm doing. I'm taking Drake freaking May out of the University of North Carolina, the franchise right there for the Minnesota Vikings.
Isn't there a connection with Josh McCown there? He was like...
Yes, Josh McCown, a QB coach for the Vikings, was actually Drake May's high school coach. So there is a personal connection there.
That would be a perfect fit.
It was funny the other day. I sent Jimmy a text about I was doing a mock, and they didn't go. They didn't go in the top 3 or 4 or whatever. So I traded up with Pittsburgh to the Titans at 7 to get Drake May. I was like, let's go. I'm in.
Oh, you bastard.
That would be very shocking.
If Drake May fell to 7, I would shit my pants during the live stream.
I don't think any of those top 4 are going to go past the top 7 picks.
Yeah, now, especially because the top 3 teams in the draft are going to be QB hungry. And there are multiple teams in the early teens that are also QB hungry and are willing to trade in. I even see arguments of Bo Nix not making it to 15, and honestly, there's some argument there.
So I'm going to flip it. You guys know what I think about Penix. There's a lot of news coming out that Penix is going to go early. I think earlier than people think. I don't think if he's there for the Raiders, which I think he will be, I think he is the pick. I don't think they risk it unless Denver takes him. But I think Denver and Bo Nix would be a better fit, just the way he plays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you do have both those teams.
Though. Huh?
Well, I said you do have both those teams.
I do, so we'll see what happens. I have the Cardinals here at 4, though. And I'm looking at their depth chart and looking at what's at receiver. And there's plenty of receivers here that are really good to take. Now, if the big trade already happened with the Vikings, so I don't know if someone would be interested in moving up for another quarterback that we discussed. So can we see what trade offers there are? I don't know if either of you have any other offers as well.
I don't see any NFC North team trading up because, I mean, Bears got Caleb, Vikings already got May, Lions and Packers are fine with what they got. So
Giants, Falcons, Patriots. Patriots would be an intriguing one. Doing what I said a week ago, I think it was, with the Cardinals trading back and then trading back up into the top 10. That would be intriguing if they were okay with McCarthy, but.
And I'm going through the West teams. So Seattle, I don't think would try and do it. I don't think the Rams wouldn't need to, nor would the 49ers. And then an AFC Chiefs wouldn't need to. The Broncos could be a consideration, or the Raiders. They were in the quarterback alley. But honestly, I've been seeing a lot of stuff linking the Raiders to Penix or Daniels. And then the question is if Denver would want to come up. Does Denver – I have Denver. I don't think Denver's going to want to trade up to get McCarthy. They might try to at 4 with Arizona, but I don't think Arizona's going to want to risk going all the way down to 12 because then they might lose out on my pick, who will be Marvin Harrison.
Well, plus the Broncos don't have the capital to trade up.
Exactly. They don't have a second rounder this year, which is why I think they might be, if they can, maybe move up to like 9, 8, a closer range, and hopefully get McCarthy. But like you said, that the lack of picks will make it hard. But yeah, here I'm gonna take Marvin Harrison,
mm-hmm.
and then I'm gonna be back up again on 5.
Mm-hmm.
So then the question also becomes, will
Just
someone
one.
want to trade?
Intra-trade division, the Broncos are the only option.
I don't believe in trading within the division, especially if you're going to be giving a quarterback. Because what happens if McCarthy hits?
Plus, it's Harbaugh's guy.
Right.
Harbaugh doesn't want to see JJ on the other sideline.
I think similar reasoning, they're going to have offers as they do here, but it's going to make more sense for them to stick and pick. And I think even though they have a big need at receiver, Harbaugh is all about running the ball and being physical. So I think you go and take Joe Alt here.
That's what I've been doing.
Yeah, right tackle's my third need for the Chargers. But all right, I'm on with the Giants here, and this is an intriguing situation, gentlemen. This is an intriguing situation. We can get out of Danny Dimes' contract next year. However, I think this team needs so much more, and I think Daboll really wants to get Daniel Jones back to his 2022 form. So I have corner, wide receiver as the top 2 needs. They need to get a bona fide number 1. They have a bunch of slot receivers on the roster right now, and then Darren Waller. So I'm going to go with Malik Neighbors. They need to add some explosive elements to the offense, plus get just a guy that can be the guy on the outside.
I like that. I agree with all your reasoning there.
Mm-hmm.
The only question is if they'd want someone who their flavor would be between him and Odunze, but I like Neighbors there.
Jimmy.
All right, I got Tennessee Titans. And what's this? I'm getting a lot of calls. Hold on. A ton of trade calls. Who's Sean Payton? What Raiders? You're giving me a call? My goodness. I'm thinking you look at who's offering a trade here, because I kind of see the Titans in a similar position as the Giants. They don't need a quarterback. Well, they still want to see what Levis is, but they have so many other needs, and they could stick and pick with Odunze, but with both Neighbors and Marvin Harrison Jr. off the board, I don't know if they'd want to go with Odunze here.
This looks like teams coming up for Odunze.
This does.
There's no real quarterback. Saints and the Patriots are the only 2 that are really in quarterback situation.
Patriots. What do the Patriots have to offer?
The Vikings for their first-round pick.
All right. I'll talk with you, Rust. you want to move up to get a quarterback. You never know what our teams are going to do. You could still get JJ and still have 2 first-round picks. So I'm not going to ask for 23, but I will ask for 11. I'm going to need a sweetener here. Probably going to be talking with 34 as well.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if we really want to come up because it seems like there's no other QB needy teams. So I think we're already ahead of the Broncos and the Raiders. So
For
why
now.
should
Patriots
why
are in a
would
good
we come
spot.
up? Huh?
Patriots are in a good spot here.
Exactly. I'm good, man. I'm sitting pretty.
All right. If that's the case, and Broncos and Raiders aren't giving me a call, I'm going to stick.
Jimmy, if you want to do a trade, can I bring something up to see if you want to ask?
I mean, sure. I mean, you got 2 teams in the AFC West that could be interested in moving up.
Because Jimmy, you also have the. Well, I'm asking you in terms of an owner of the NFC North, the Bears. Would the Bears be interested? I know they don't have a lot of capital, but to ensure that they get Odunze.
That could be interesting.
I know it's hard for them. How much would they have to give up to just move 2 spots, though?
Probably an additional 3rd-round pick.
That might be one. You'll see how many picks the Bears have. They don't have a lot.
Yeah.
They have 4.
Yeah. And if you're the Bears, you're thinking you can wait for Odunze. And then if you don't get Odunze, you still have other needs that you could fill. You could get Dallas Turner or Jared Verse to get good defensive line help.
Here's another thing. Rusty with the Jets want to move up.
That's true. I think the Jets would really
Jimmy's
want to do Odunze here.
That's Jimmy's team. He's in the AFC East.
That's
right.
I'm
sorry. I read that wrong. Jimmy, that's you.
That is me.
Jets might have more to offer.
That's true. That's true. You know what? Let me see who the Jets got. You know, I'm still on the clock. I still got 10 minutes.
Yeah, I was just okay. No, I was just thinking about something. I was thinking about something, but
I think there was a report today that came out that says that that's who they want as one of the top 3 guys.
And at this point, 2 of them are gone. And you got to make a move. And I don't think Tennessee is a 3rd-round pick. The Jets do. So I could turn around and say, hey, I want 10 and 72 for number 7. And I mean, that's not too bad. Maybe a late, and to really sweeten the deal, maybe a late-round pick swap for next year.
I think that would be reasonable. I think see what it would be if you just gave the 10 and 72 for 7.
Yeah.
I don't mind that. I like that. As a Tennessee general manager and the Jets general manager, I'll take both.
All right.
So moving up to 7, the Jets get the last top-end wide receiver of this draft class, Rome Odunze.
I want you guys to know I'm like writing down all my picks here, making sure I'm knowing what's going on.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, at least someone's tracking it. All right, I'm with the Falcons here. And so Atlanta, I have still edge as the number 1 need. And so I'm just going to chalk it. There's no trade offers right now because the wide receiver already went. So I'm just going to play it chalk and hit Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Makes sense. I remember I'm still telling y'all about the Laiatu connection there. That's my sleeper pick.
Mm-hmm.
Now I have the Bears again. Here's the problem. My 2 guys are gone. I lost out on Rome Odunze and Dallas Turner. So who's offering a trade? Because, hey.
Denver
could be talking.
The Rams and the Giants. We're not coming up. The Giants aren't coming up. I can tell you that.
Yeah, that's true. But, hey, I just got off the line with the Patriots general manager. He knows that the AFC West getting kind of antsy, and they're ready to trade up with me. They don't know that, but I'm going to say I know that. So I'm thinking the Bears might trade back with the Patriots here.
Will Denver have an opportunity to try and up it?
If you want to, because if I'm
let's see what New England's offer is.
Because if I'm New England, I'm offering 11 and 34.
Okay. And then can you see Denver? I want to check what their picks are.
Unless you give
If
me a
I'm
second round
Denver-
pick next year.
If I'm Denver, I'm willing to give you 12, 76, and a second next year.
I'm calling the Patriots general manager. I'm just telling him about your offer. Hey, 11.34 is not good enough. I need 11.34, a second, and a 4th round pick next year. That's right. I'm going crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's a first, 2 seconds, and a 4th.
So the question really is Denver willing to give up another 4th for this?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no. And I think the big reason in that is just because I think Sean Payton has a longer leash. Obviously, this was trying to go up for a quarterback, right?
Mhm.
So I think it's going to be more important, though, to build a strong team, and then you can still get a guy. There's more than 4 quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah. But hey, if I'm the Patriots and I'm the Bears, I'm taking this.
You definitely are crazy.
I'm crazy. But hey, if I'm the Bears, I'm getting the most I can out of this pick. If I can't get a Doomsday or Turner, I'm kind of moving back here a couple spots. And I'm turning the 9th overall pick to a lot. And if I'm the Patriots, which I am, I'm getting the last good quarterback of this draft class,
You
JJ
still have your
McCarthy.
other first-round pick, too.
That is true. I'm feeling good.
Poor McCarthy. That's going to be not as good as Minnesota for a landing spot for him.
Jimmy, you're back up with
Hey, I got my Titans again. And sure, no wide receivers left, but they need O-line. I think they could add some O-line.
They do.
And I like Luis Fuaga here.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I would also say Brock Bowers.
That was my other idea.
Oh, yeah, that
Tight
would be
end?
interesting.
Tight end is my second need for Tennessee.
They got a young quarterback, and what's the quarterback's best friend?
But I'm going to lock in Talise, though, Jimmy.
I'm going to agree with getting Talise. I like Brock.
Yeah. It's much more of a need.
It's much more of a pressing need. And who knows?
Keep going, Jimmy.
I got the Bears. And since I got the Bears, I got good value for 9. And I still can get an edge rusher here. And I really like Jared Verse at 11 here for the Bears. You didn't get Turner. That's obviously upsetting. But you can get the second best edge rusher, in my opinion, in Jared Verse. Move back, get a couple more draft picks, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think personally for Chicago, I don't know. I feel like I would like Latu better there. I know, obviously, we keep talking about the medicals for him, and most people have Verse over Latu probably because of that. But just scheme. Well, I can't remember what they're 4 or 3-4, 4-3 or 3-4.
I can't remember.
Let me check.
Because they always traditionally they had been 4-3, and then they went to 3-4 a little bit, and then
4-3-1 gap defensive scheme.
Okay, so then that's fine. I like Verse as more of a 4-3 end.
Mm-hmm.
I think Latu can play both. So, but anyways, John, you're up back to back here.
So Denver, they were trying to make a move up for McCarthy. They obviously weren't willing to pay that steep price the Patriots were. So the question really is it too early to take your next quarterback? Or do you stick and take the best player on your board? Or what I'm going to see here is if there's anyone willing to move up.
I'm going to move up. My Colts, yes! I was literally going to say I'm going to move up and get a really good DB here. And
what's your offer?
I'll give you 15, 82, and 82 for 12.
What?
So a first and third for a 12.
Yes.
Would there be a way for you to give me your second instead of 82, and then I give you a 136?
136 is not going to cut it. I'll take 121.
So I'd give you 12 and 121, which I believe that's a fourth rounder, right?
Yes.
Should be, yeah.
So I'd give
And
you,
you know what?
12
I'm
and
gonna
a
ask for
fourth.
more. I want you to give me your
I'll give you
4th round pick
147.
next year, and I'll give you a 5th round pick in 2025. That's right. I need some value.
What if we keep it to this year? So I'll give you, so get rid of the 25 picks. I'll give you, keep what's on here, add 147.
And I'll give you 191.
No.
That's it?
Yeah, I'll give you, no, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me look at this. Yes, give me 191.
Okay. All right. I move up a lot.
And I'm getting your second and first, and then a 190. Yeah, this looks good.
You know, I'll take it. I kind of like that deal. Yes. And I'm taking, as the Colts, Quinyon Mitchell. He's
That
a
is
perfect.
not who I thought you were coming up for, but okay.
Were you thinking Brock Bowers?
No, I thought you were going up for DeJean, but
No, I'm not as high on Cooper DeJean as you are.
My only question is, would Mitchell have been there for you at 15?
yes.
Maybe, but a lot of other teams could be moving around, especially
Well,
with the Jags.
Well, the Broncos could have taken him because the Broncos have a corner need.
Yes, and that's
So do the Raiders.
too.
So
And you got to think 2 picks later at 17.
I wouldn't be telling you who I'm taking if you're going to be giving me stuff, you know?
That's true.
Yeah.
But also, I'm also thinking there's a division rival 2 picks up behind me in Jacksonville who also has a DB need. I'm thinking they're probably giving you a call as well.
Who has the AFC South? That's you,
Me.
Jimmy. I don't know if you also were secretly giving me some trade offers, and I was like, maybe there's 2 people.
Maybe I'm cool. Hey, this is what GMs do.
It is, you know. Got to have the speed dial.
You got to play the game.
Okay, I'm Raiders here at 13. This is going to be the first shock of the draft. I alluded to it before. I'm taking Michael Penix here. I know it seems early, but there is a lot of heat on that right now that Penix is going to go a lot earlier than people think. He, I think, is being brought down a lot because of the last game that everyone saw, the national championship. Michigan had his number. He has areas to improve on, but the fact that it's been 2 years since his injury, since his last injury, he's been clean. He's been the best deep. If you look at his game against Texas, he was throwing that ball in the breadbasket. That was one of the prettiest football performances I've ever watched for a quarterback. And I think the Raiders bring Penix in here, and honestly, he's the quarterback of the future. I don't think they risk it, try to wait until the second or anything. They go and get their guy right there at 13.
I agree there.
Yeah, I'm not a fan.
I agree because the thing is, you need your QB. You kind of just have to take him. That's a problem with.
And the thing with Penix is his board is everywhere because there's some teams that have said that he's on the 6th or 7th, even below Rattler, and that could probably be because of injury. And then there's guys who have him as the second best quarterback in the draft. So it's just the Raiders, I think, if not, Williams is not even in consideration. They're Jaden Daniels' guy, but he's not going to be there for them. So then right after Jaden, it's going to be Penix.
That's true.
We'll see. I definitely don't think if the Raiders would have had to trade back if Penix is their guy. If they don't take him here at 13, they would have to try and make a move up from their second round pick.
Yeah, I just think he has a lot to work on in terms of footwork and then throwing versus pressure as well.
He needs to work on is in the middle, throwing it through the middle as well.
Yeah.
But there is a lot for you to work with there. And he has the tools to be an electric quarterback.
All right, well, I'm in with the Saints here, and I'm going to stay here, and we're going to go get a tackle. We're going to get J.C. Latham. He played mostly right at Alabama, which right now that's where he's going to slot in because it doesn't seem like Ryan Ramchik's going to be ready for the season with his knee injury. So we're going to have to roll with Penning still at left, unless we want to try him out at right and throw Latham at left. But we'll start Latham one of the two edges and be fine with that. Road grader, Alvin Kamara is going to love him.
Mhm.
Me at 15. So the big three positions I'm looking at are receiver. However, there's not really a receiver I'd want to take here. Brian Thomas would be the next guy. I also look at tight end, though, as one of those options, and Brock Bowers is the best player available on the board. And is Latu the edge rusher available? Both Verse and Turner went, correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so and then Terrion Arnold is also available, correct?
Yep.
Go down a little bit. So I'm the three guys I'm between are Arnold, Latu, and Bowers here. Just fitting their needs. I think it's a coin flip if you like Mitchell or Arnold as QB cornerback one. And then as we've talked about, Bowers is I think it's I don't even know if you should label him only a tight end the way Georgia was able to use him. They moved him all around. And then looking at their edge rushing, there's not really anybody there right now. So I think just because of the injury concern with Latu and the fact that Bowers is such a unique talent, I'm going to go Bowers here at 15.
Oh.
Especially they didn't get the quarterback. So they're probably going to have to hope to get someone later in the draft. And to get someone like Bowers as like someone who can get a bucket for you, that would help, whether it's Stidham or a rookie moving forward.
Not a fan, John. I'm a big Bill. I like Greg Dulcich. They traded for Adam Troutman last year as well and re-signed him. So, just saying.
These tight ends are Bowers is not the only one who'd be. You could put him on the field along with those other tight ends. Troutman's more of a blocking guy. So I would think Bowers, you could put him in slot, you could put him in the backfield. Like you can run a lot of 12, 13 personnel.
I had a more pressing need at corner for Denver, the opposite side of Pat Surtain. But
corner. That Terrion Arnold was very much a consideration there, but I think you can grab a corner in the second round. You're not going to get a talent like Bowers.
All right, you're Seahawks.
All right, so if I'm Seattle, I'm looking at the board here, and I love Latu, DeJean, Byron Murphy. Can you scroll down a little bit? Fautano being available is probably the big question, though. So Seattle has a need still at guard, and possibly with Abe Lucas's injury history at right tackle, someone to hedge him on the right side. So Fautano be able to like pair him up with his college offensive coordinator, Grubb, would be amazing. I want to consider what trade offers I have here, though.
Hey, it's me.
Patriots, Cowboys, Bears, Chargers.
So Patriots and Cowboys would be the two in the first round, huh? So it'd be what, 23 and
24.
24. What is are the Patriots offering me, Jimmy? What would you be offering me? Or are you?
I don't know, really. I don't know what I would be offering.
And then you said it was the Cowboys?
Yeah, I don't think we're interested.
No. Jimmy, was that you don't know or you're not interested?
I'm not interested. I think I'm going to wait.
Okay. So sounds like I don't have any trade offers. So I'm looking at the board and this is tough. I'm going to it's not tough at all. I was looking at the top guy. I'm between Byron Murphy and Troy Fautanu. As much as I like Murphy, the fact that these two guys are very close, for me, guard is more of a need. So I'm going to go Fautanu here with 16.
Jimmy,
this is me. I have the Jags. This is the part where I start to just – the problem with the Jags, I just don't know this team well enough to be like, oh, yeah, get this guy. But
That's fine. I'll trade.
You're gonna you with who?
The Eagles.
Eagles. 22.
Yeah.
You're getting Arnold here.
Mm-mm.
I'll let you say. I know who it is now, though. You were talking about him earlier.
You want Cooper DeJean, don't you?
I don't know.
Oh,
Yeah.
being coy with it. All right. Well,
Bo Nix.
Bo Nix. I like this trade right now, but I don't want 53. I want 50.
No.
I want
It's
50.
your worth.
No. You
I
already
want
have
50.
48. You already have 48.
And I want 50.
No, too bad.
Well, too bad. I'm not going to take this trade.
All right, whatever.
I'm going to stick here. And you know what? I'm just going to rub it in your face. This team needs DBs, and Cooper DeJean's right there. We're going to draft Cooper DeJean.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That's fine. All right. I'm on with the Bengals here. And we also need corner help. So it's going to be back-to-back corners here. And I'm going to go Tyrion Arnold. Would have loved to have Brock Bowers here.
That's why you didn't like the move.
No, I don't like the Denver Brock Bowers in general, just because I like Dulcich. But anyways, John.
I like Dulcich too.
Rams here.
I'm looking at the Rams depth chart here. I know the obvious need is a defensive tackle after Aaron Donald left. They could use another guy in the another corner. I know they just signed Tre'Davious White, but he's an aging veteran, dealt with injuries. So I see Byron Murphy there standing out like a sore thumb, and that fits just what we need. How perfect that you have an undersized defensive lineman replace Aaron Donald. Byron Murphy.
Yep, love it. All right, I got the Steelers here. So unfortunately, we could go Nate Wiggins, Kool-Aid. That's my number one need is corner.
Can I ring? Are the Steelers interested in Brandon Ayuk?
Ooh.
Potentially. Not for a first round pick though, no.
But what about Ayuk and 31 for 20?
Okay. Even if you're not interested in 20, can we talk this trade now? Just because San Francisco's pick is coming up, and I want to know if we're going to have extra picks in case something wants to bubble up. So, what would you be interested? What would you be willing to give up? I think is the easiest way to put this.
I mean, I'd be willing to do straight up for 51.
Interesting. Jimmy, do any of your teams have any interest in Ayuk?
Maybe Patriots, but if I'm the Patriot, I'm not giving up 23 for Brandon Ayuk. I mean, if the Patriots have something higher than 51, maybe we can talk. I think they might, but I'm not sure.
They do.
You're saying the Patriots?
Yeah.
I have a team of mine also that's interested. And I know what they're willing to give up, but I don't know if I'm going to tell you guys yet. Let's see how you guys.
I can't trade. I can only trade with the team that's on the clock, though.
Okay, that's fine. If we want to do this like on the side and then when it comes up, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Patriots, you're willing to give me 23? You said no.
Yeah, I said no. I don't think the Patriots would give up 23 for Ayuk.
It'd be 68 or 50. Okay. I know what I have as my offer. We'll talk about it later then.
All right.
I'm gonna accept an offer between two of my teams. I'll tell you guys what it is later.
All right, with the Steelers, we could go Nate Wiggins. Brian Thomas is a little. He could go. I could go with Brian Thomas here as well. But I think the tackles are really the value at this point. With Olu Fashanu being on the board, I think that's a big win for Pittsburgh. Being able to put him at left in place of Dan Moore, I think would be awesome with him and Broderick Jones. So, yeah, I'm going to go Olu Fashanu here for Pittsburgh.
Mm-hmm.
Great pick.
I like that pick.
That was such a good value. I don't think I'd be shocked if he makes it there.
All right, Jimmy.
All right. I got Miami. I think this is a team that very obviously needs offensive line help basically everywhere. That's why I like Graham Barton here. You could place Barton anywhere in that line. I like Mims, but I kind of like Barton's flexibility here. And with Miami with so many offensive line needs, I think that makes a lot of sense for them.
Do not like that. That's for sure, but it's your pick, so
I'm going to stick with it.
I like the Graham Barton pick there.
I like Graham. I like his flexibility.
Available.
Should have been Johnny Newton. The interior D line is much worse than O line.
I knew that's what you were going to say, but they need to be able to
protect Tua.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Philly here. Yeah, we got a bunch of options. I like Latu. We got the wide receivers available. We got tackles. We got corners. Let me see what yeah, so that's not really. Hey Jimmy, would the or I guess they don't have any picks anymore. Never mind. I was gonna say, would the Vikings be wanting to come up?
I got nothing left, man.
I don't even know where the Vikings are at this point. Oh, good lord!
Yeah, we're not gonna be picking for a while.
Give me your next 10 first round picks.
Shut up.
You want to trade?
Give me your firstborn child.
Give me Quessie's firstborn son.
Rusty, would you be willing to move down to 32?
For the right price, maybe.
Let's see what I can offer you. Would you take 32 and 64?
No.
What if I throw in a third next year? I'm not giving you a second first round. If I give you 32, 64, and a 25 third. You still have a first round pick this year. And then you pick. You'll have 3 second round picks.
Yeah, that could work.
Yeah, let's do it. Ooh, I'm excited. All right. So Kansas City, we're coming for a 3-peat, all right? Can you go pull up that receiver board? I'm going to take Brian Thomas Jr. here.
Mm-hmm.
I think, especially considering, I know they just got Hollywood Brown, but considering the legal issues Rashee Rice are in right now and how bleak that receiving core is, you need somebody here. If we had a receiver, if our receiving core was good, I would have loved to put Laiatu Latu here. But we need a receiver. Brian Thomas immediately becomes your number one. Pair him with Hollywood Brown, and then if Rashee Rice is okay legally, all of a sudden you have a very strong trio of receivers from Mahomes.
Yeah, so, I thought A.D. Mitchell would have been better for.
I love AD Mitchell here, but Ryan Thomas Jr. I think is receiver 4.
Yeah, I think he's the better player, but I think in terms of fit for the Chiefs, I think AD Mitchell, because then like 2025 he could take over full time for Hollywood as that deep threat. But
Yeah, we're looking at 2024 3P. Especially being able to, because I would think New England would want a receiver here. Dallas could go receiver. So I think Kansas City definitely needs a job, especially Buffalo's there too.
all right, Jimmy, is New England going receiver?
Not yet. I
agree.
I think they're going with the last pretty decent tackle prospect of this draft. I like Mims here. If you get a QB at, you got to get a guy to protect him, and I like Amarius Mims for the Patriots here.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Cowboys. Yeah, it's an interesting one for sure. Graham Barton really would be the preferred pick for Dallas if he's there. But since he's not, I am going to just go with the center. I don't think I really want to trade back. Yeah, I think I'm going to stick with Dallas and just take JPJ as the number 2 center in the draft.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right. I got the Packers, and God, do I hate making a team I hate good, because there's Johnny Newton.
Why?
That makes so much sense. If the Packers somehow get Johnny Newton at 25, that'd be insane.
I don't. Okay. I don't.
You don't agree?
No, but whatever.
I think Johnny Newton is such a good value here. I think he's going to slide, even though he shouldn't, because he's so dominant.
I do not have interior D-line as one of my top 5 needs for Green
Sometimes
Bay.
teams don't draft for need only, though.
I know.
Best player available.
Yeah.
That's why you try and do all these free agent signings and stuff to try and hedge yourself to be in a position to. And I can't say if the Packers did or I don't follow them like that, but,
Yeah, I like the because they're moving to a 4-3 under Jeff Hafley now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, Devontae Wyatt and Kenny Clark, TJ Slayton, and Carl Brooks inside, solid foursome there. But whatever.
Who would you have taken?
I have their number 1 need is safety, but obviously that's not.
You want to draft a safety here.
So I mean, I would have looked at the tackles. I would have been. I'm perfectly fine with the Packers taking Tyler Guyton in the first round. He's the last first round. Possibly Morgan is maybe the last first round tackle, I think. But he's one that's
There's people who've put Roger Rosengarten at the end of the first.
Jesus Christ.
I
Yeah.
think I'm Kuiper.
Yeah, I think Rosengarten's a back end 2, early 3.
No, I agree with you there, but there's some love for him out there.
All right, the Bucks here got all the interior linemen are gone. That's my number 1 need.
Zach Frazier.
I don't like him in the first.
Morgan play inside too.
I don't like Frazier in the first, and I like keeping Morgan at tackle. But all right, the Bucks. So we got a couple options. The corners are here: Wiggins and McKinstry. We need corners. We traded Carlton Davis away. Also, AD Mitchell would make a ton of sense. Mike Evans re-signed, but need to look for the future and get younger at that position. Whole bunch of people want to come up for Latu, I guess, huh?
I would think so.
He is an option for the Bucks too. They released Shaq Barrett. They need someone.
Hey, as the Lions, I'm giving you $29.61 for 26 because I want Latu.
Okay. The Cardinals are also wondering if you would be willing to just move back 1 spot.
Ooh.
And we'll give you a 3rd.
I'll give you 29, 61, and 73. I want Latu, man. I hate doing this as a fan of a rival, but Latu on the Lions would be so effing scary.
That would be cool.
Yeah, I mean that's the best offer. So I mean,
Yeah, if you think that's the best, I'm not topping that.
Force it. Hey, it's me. We're taking Latu. Like, what an absolute slide this is. And pairing him with Hutchinson, dear God.
yeah, and that's my number one need for Detroit. So
Yep, and this makes so much sense for them.
I like that. Cardinals, we wanted Latu, but we weren't
You don't
going
get
to
him.
give up. I think Arizona has a ton of needs. I know you just took a receiver. You could even take another receiver here. That's not what I'm going to do. But just to show how much they need generally. So I'm looking, and because of that, I look at best player available and just see if you can take the best guy there is. I like A.D. Mitchell, but like I said, we just took Marvin Harrison. So let's put a guy that he can go against in practice and give me Nate Wiggins.
motherfucker.
Son of a bitch.
I was gonna wait until Buffalo was on the clock. I was gonna trade up with the Eagles, and we were gonna get Nate Wiggins.
And the reason you were down there was because I traded with you before.
I'm not trading up for Kool-Aid though.
Yeah.
If he goes, he goes.
But he's not going to the
Rakestraw
Bills.
too. Don't forget about Rakestraw later.
Yeah, we're fine.
But he's not going to the Bills because as the Bills, you lost Gabe Davis, you lost Stephon Diggs, you get Adonai Mitchell here.
Yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
All right, the Bucks back on the clock. We got some extra picks, and
I'm sorry, you got a first, a second, and a third.
yes,
Oh, yeah.
Move down 4 spots.
3
Yes,
spots.
sir.
3 spots.
Ooh,
I want Latu.
you got fleeced, or you got fleeced, Jimmy.
Hey, man. If Latu plays out, I didn't.
He could be the best edge rusher at the end of the day.
Exactly. If
But
you get
yeah,
the best edge rusher in the draft, you did not get fleeced right here.
But yeah, so this is where I'm going with Kool-Aid. Again, could go Frazier, but I think the corner. I do have interior line as the number one need, but I'm gonna go with the value here and go Kool-Aid to the Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm back on the clock with the Ravens' first pick here, and I also have corner as their number one need, but I'm gonna wait on that because the wide receivers here at the top of the board. And so I am going to go. Let's see, who do I want here? My first instinct was Ladd McConkey. So I guess I'm gonna go with my gut and pick Ladd McConkey.
That's not a bad pick. Honestly, I'm not even kidding. As the Bears at 34, I almost wanted to trade up and try to get Ladd McConkey for the Bears.
I was thinking of looking at trades, but
because I know like the Panthers would love to get a wide receiver for Bryce Young, and as the Bears is like, dude, getting 3 first-round picks, all needs would be insane, and I'd have the trade capital to make it work.
All right, John.
All right, so now the 49ers on the clock, I'm going to open up the trade calls again for Brandon Ayuk to see if I have anyone interested. I know earlier I had said Brandon Ayuk was going to be traded to a team I had. The team that I was talking about was the Chiefs. But then the Chiefs saw an opportunity to get a rookie, Brian Thomas. So,
yeah, I mean, I would still be fine with Pittsburgh and 51.
You know who could be an interesting team to trade for Brandon Ayuk?
Who's that?
The Colts. That would be an interesting because they've done business before with Forrest Buckner.
This is true.
That's
Who has
and
the
I mean,
AFC
I know they
South
re-signed
too?
Pittman, but getting a Pittman
We
Ayuk
don't have a
duo,
second round pick.
that'd be
You
tough.
traded it away.
I know, I did. I wanted to move up. I made a choice.
But yeah, I mean, I'm still fine with 51 for Pittsburgh right now.
Can you pull up the Steelers trade chart and see if we can do it? I want to see what else you have.
I'm not offering anything else.
Would you be able to give me a day 3 sweetener on top of that?
I mean,
How about 178?
we got 3 7th round picks next year.
How about 178 and 51 for Ayuk? Or would the Panthers be interested?
No,
Okay.
we're not. I don't know. I think I can't afford to trade anything more than 51 because we don't have that many picks to begin with. So
195?
I would give you 2 of our 7s next year.
Okay, I'll take that. 51 and 2 7s.
Which ones do you want?
The first 2 of 25.
New Orleans and Philly.
Do you want New Orleans and Philly, or do you want New Orleans and ours?
I want New Orleans and Philly.
Okay.
And then you get Ayuk.
That's an interesting.
Wow, we actually made a trade that they want.
Whoa.
All right.
All right. So who are you taking 31?
So now we see there's a receiver need. Can you look at the receivers available?
I would hold off if I'm 49ers because you have 51. You could wait and get like Keon Coleman, Ricky Pearsall. I would not
I'm
be.
just trying to see who's available so I can make a good idea.
Yeah.
Because the other position I'm looking at is tackle. I think that's probably going to be the better value here. Though I do like Keon Coleman. I would be okay taking him at 31. Can you scroll down? I believe Jordan Morgan.
Yeah. Or Guyton.
Nix that. Give me Tyler Guyton.
Mhm.
I like Jordan Morgan's flexibility to be able to move inside also, but I think Tyler Guyton you can just put in at right tackle right now. And then maybe even later after Trent Williams. I don't know how much longer he has. Guyton could slide to the left possibly.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're here with the Eagles back on the clock. And I am not a fan of Mike Sanders still.
You're like the only guy who doesn't like Mike Sanders still.
Because he's a nickel. And why would you draft?
Nickel's a starting player on the field.
I don't care. I'm not drafting
You don't want a good starter?
We already have a nickel anyways. We have Avonte Maddox.
No, it's fair for the Eagles. But Mike Sanders still? He's Mike Hilton.
I'm going to agree with Rusty here. I would rather do, if I'm in this situation, I'm picking between corners, I would do TJ Tamper over Sanders still.
For Philly, yes. I'm just saying generally, Sanders still.
Well,
if you're drafting corner.
Yeah, that's a big.
You wanted Wiggins. Do you like Rickstraw?
Possibly.
But could you get either of those guys at 50 or 53?
I don't know about Rickstraw.
Well,
maybe Tampa.
John, did the Denver Broncos want to get a 5th-year option on Bo Nix here? That's something?
Denver's okay. Denver's chilling.
Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I'm going to go receiver. Right ahead of my Panthers, unfortunately. And I'm going to go Troy Franklin.
Nice.
Blow the top off.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited once you get after, I think, the top 5. So I think that includes Thomas and Mitchell. Just the order of receivers. Because there's like a clump, and I feel like they can go in any order.
Yeah.
Like McConkey's probably next, but then you got like Franklin and Coleman and Worthy.
All right, so starting the second round with the Panthers here, and we got all night to think about it, right? Does anyone want to come up? I'm open.
Denver.
If I'm the
is
Bears, I'm
calling.
worried you're taking a wide receiver.
Denver's calling.
Oh, ring.
Let's see what we have to offer. Would you take 46 and 76 for 33?
That's moving back a lot. That's
Probably
moving back
not.
13.
Yeah, that's 13 spots. I would probably want 46 a second next year and 136.
Can you scroll down to see who still has to pick between me, Carolina, and Denver right now? Okay. We're okay.
All right.
Yeah, the one team that says it's available is the Ravens, but I don't think we're not moving back that far unless they're offering a first round pick, which they're not. All right, it's cool. We'll sit here, and we are going to go corner, and we're going to go TJ Tampa to replace Dante Jackson.
Great pick. I love this.
I like that too.
I was thinking about Zach Frazier because Panthers have a center need too, but
right. I liked Frazier there. I think Frazier, but maybe because don't the Panthers pick at like 39?
39, yeah, 39.
Yeah, so you can wait.
All right, Jimmy, Bears up again.
Bears, I'm thinking wide receiver here.
Hey, Jimmy, do you remember the Broncos offer of our second and our third for 34? Would you take that?
That's 12 spots now instead of 13.
That's 12 spots, but
it's the same offer. I'm going to offer this to every team.
But I'm not going to budge because I like Keon Coleman for the Bears here.
I love that pick.
I think that's so dangerous for the Bears, and I would not pass that up.
Cards, John.
You gonna trade it for yourself, John?
I don't know. Did you guys know Keon Coleman's cousin is?
No.
Do you know Rusty?
Is it Keenan Allen?
It's CD Lamb.
Oh. Ooh.
Interesting little factoid. So if I'm Arizona, I'm getting that same offer from Denver for their third and their second. So can you pull that up, that trade offer? And I want to look at it on the board. Because I don't know. That sounds a little bold by Denver. You guys aren't wrong. Would I be willing to move back 11 spots to get a third-round pick? Excuse me. I've already picked up Marvin Harrison and Nate Wiggins. Can you look at the draft board? The question is picking up a third-round pick and going down 11 worth losing out on a guy here?
No.
And honestly, I think it is. Because Arizona also has an interior O-line need, and Zach Frazier has been slipping down the board.
Mm-hmm.
I love Mike Sainristil also, but I think Frazier would shore up that center need. So that's the pick.
Yeah, that is. Monty Austin-Ford just won the draft already. Because
Harrison, Wiggins, Frazier.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Ain't that some shit?
I think the only other team is that I can compare them would be like Bears.
That fills the top three needs for me on Arizona.
I think those are 3 first rounders too.
Yeah.
Frazier's legit.
All right, I'm on with Washington here. So we got our quarterback in tow. Now let's go protect him. Let's go get Jordan Morgan to be our left tackle of the future.
Perfect.
Chargers, John. Where's Jimmy going?
Chargers. So big need. A lot of people talk about as receiver. After losing their two big guys, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. You could also possibly put. We just got Joe Alt, so we'd be able to put him at right tackle. So I'm feeling all right about O-line now. I look at my defense and my nickel is wide open. And how perfect to put the defensive captain of Michigan Wolverines back with his college head coach. I'm going to take Mike Sainristil.
Good for you, John. Good.
You're going to piss off Rusty with that one.
He will be a starter on that defense day one.
Sure. Jimmy, go ahead.
All right. So I believe if I'm Tennessee, I took Fuaga in the first, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Yes. So I took Fuaga. And since I got O-line help, now looking for targets for Brock. Oh, yeah.
Her offer still on the table. I'm giving it to
only
everyone.
8 spots.
Stop
only 8 spots, Jimmy.
Stop it. Stop it right now. Pull up the wide receivers.
What? Oh.
Pull up the wide receivers.
You want wide receivers? Okay.
Ah, shoot.
So you got Hop, you got Calvin Ridley, and Treylon Burks.
That's true. You know what?
I agree with getting another receiver there.
But you know what?
It's my 5th need for Tennessee.
Bring what, John? John, sorry, I left you on hold. John, you still there?
I'm here. What's up? How you
know what?
Brian?
You know, I'm thinking about it, and I kind of like that offer you had earlier.
Yeah. Well, let's play ball.
Let's play some ball, man. You know, at
So
46
and 76. You're taking it?
You know what? I'm liking him. I'm gonna take it.
Yeah, buddy. What's up? Let's go.
Do we want to roll the 15% chance?
Just let's see if it works.
Do it one more time. Do it one more time.
One more time.
One more chances.
It's like the roulette table. Third time.
It's all right. Me and Jimmy are cool. We're happy. We good.
Come on. The trade, please.
Oh,
hey.
so happy. Who do you guys think I'm taking?
Peyton Wilson.
Sure. Bo Nix, please.
All right.
So how about this? Denver not only gets the best tight end in the draft, who you can put at, honestly, play him at all 11 positions on offense. He'll play quarterback too. He'll play center. He'll snap it to himself. But he doesn't need to snap it to himself because he can snap it to Bo Nix. Let's not have him play center though. Can we play him at tight end? Put him on H-back, slot receiver. But I'm the Broncos. I got Bowers and Bo Nix, and I'll only have to lose a third. I'm very happy.
Yeah, center is my second need for Denver. So hopefully you can find one on day 3.
I got a few guys.
But no, yeah, I've been in the Bo Nix to Denver train. Jimmy knows I've been on that for.
You've been on it. You've even had Bo Nix to 12 at times.
Yeah, I love Bo Nix to Denver.
As crazy as you guys think I am about Penix at 13. Imagine if it's Bo Nix at 12, Penix at 13.
That is quarterback. Really interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I could see it happening. But yeah, I just the Bo Nix to Denver thing. I just keep telling people, I'm like, dude, it makes so much sense. Perfect.
Perfect. I wouldn't I don't think Penix would do well in Denver. Not that he would do well, but the fit's not there. Nix to Denver makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. All right. I got the Panthers second rounder here.
Can I ask one question before you do Carolina?
What's up?
Just because that's the last of the big quarterbacks to go, what other teams would there be like surprise second round picks if Bo Nix was still alive? I was thinking maybe Atlanta, have him sit behind the Rams. The Giants, do they have a second round pick or no?
No, because they traded it to Carolina.
Okay.
But the Vikings, if they don't get a quarterback in the first round, the Vikings are the second best fit I have for Nix.
Yeah, that would be interesting. If it's the opposite, if it's Penix who falls to the second, Another
It'd
team
probably
would throw
still be
in there.
Raiders at 44.
Say again?
I think it'd still be Raiders at 44.
Yeah, I could see if he fell somehow all the way to if Seattle had a second round pick. I've done some mocks where Seattle trades back, picks up a second, and if they have Penix there in the second, that could be a pick there too.
I like Penix for New Orleans as well.
That would be interesting. I think the Saints are very much a quarterback team. I don't know why they're not talked a lot about. I know they have other needs like a tackle, but Derek Carr did not look good.
Aaron would be pissed, but the Jets have to be looming at some point.
They have to think about it.
True. I don't know about this year. I think the Jets go all in this year because if it doesn't work this year, that entire staff is gone anyways.
Yeah,
that's true.
So why get a rookie?
All right, so I'm on with Carolina here again, and so we got some help on defense at 33. We're not looking to trade back. I don't like trading back from 39. I think the Panthers should and probably will end up trading 33 because it's such a valuable pick. And like I said, you have all night to discuss it. So this is where I'm going with some help for Bryce, and I'm going to get him the second best tight end in the draft, which apparently there's a lot of flack going on and a lot of shuffling. People don't necessarily have Sanders as the second best as a consensus, but
I still have him as the second best, but I think he's low second. So this is a little early for me on him.
I love him. I'm a big fan. Loved watching him at Texas, and tight end is my number one need for Carolina. So I'm going with JT Sanders for Bryce, and I think tight end for a young quarterback like you got Bowers for Knicks there.
Yeah.
Tight end, such a pivotal role for a young quarterback to have that safety blanket over the middle.
Who is the current tight end, the starter there right now?
We have Ian Thomas. I think they have Tommy Tremble though as the starter.
Interesting. Yeah, JT Sanders would be a good pick there.
Yeah, because we had Hayden Hurst and then he left in free agency.
If Zach Frazier was available, that would have been awesome. But
yeah. Center actually is my fourth need, but yeah, so I got my first and my third needs for Carolina there. All right, I'm back on the clock with Washington. The Montez Sweat pick here. So what do we need now? We need a corner, right? So makes sense. Enos Rakestraw.
That's a steal at 40.
Bring it in.
Not bad. All right. I am the Packers. This is tough. This is a tough one. I would. What was it?
Who'd you get in the first round, the Packers?
I got Johnny Newton.
That's right. Oh, yeah. Rusty was upset.
I still like Johnny there. I know they got Xavier McKinney, but maybe Tyler Nubin is depth. How much do they believe in Stokes?
Stokes plays corner.
Stokes plays corner. I always saw him as strong safety, I thought.
No, I think Xavier McKinney is going to play strong, and then I would put Tyler Nubin at free. He had 4 interceptions last year, I think, or something like that.
All right.
I remember I watched him play. Was it Nebraska? I think is when they came back, and Chris Jackson had that crazy catch in the end zone to win the game. But no, I remember he was a ball hawk and awesome against Nebraska this year.
If that's the case,
He's been so consistent too for the last few years. I feel like he's one of the names that just people get prospect fatigue because he's been consistent for so long.
Yeah,
I like that. If that's the case, I'm going Tyler Nubin here.
Yeah,
I think that's a good pick.
That's a good one.
And I have Houston.
Pick of the draft.
Finally, Houston come up for air. And I mean, I don't see really any offensive needs for this team. They could go corner, but I mean, Peyton Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
How you dropping to us, man? Come to daddy. Come to Houston. Peyton Wilson.
Yeah, that's my second need for Houston is off ball linebacker. So makes sense.
I love it.
All right, I'm here with the Falcons. So we got Dallas Turner. And we're gonna bring a Georgia Bulldog home to Atlanta. Make the hour and a half drive over, and give us a guy to play opposite AJ Terrell, and give me Kamari Lassiter here.
Ooh.
How's it going, guys? So I surprised everyone when the Raiders took Michael Penix Jr.
Mm-hmm.
That wasn't what a lot of people thought their need was. At least not that early for Penix.
I don't have quarterback on my top 5 needs for Vegas.
So you're okay rolling out Gardner Minshew or Aiden O'Connell?
Oh yeah, baby, Minshew mania. They have so many
I
other.
don't think either of those guys are the future of the Raiders.
Plus, because
I think especially Pierce comes in, he brings in his own guy. Michael Penix could be a franchise-altering guy.
Well, O'Connell is his guy. Haven't you heard of him talk about O'Connell?
Yeah. How many times do coaches just talk about puffery? You know? But I'm looking at my other. You remember Josh Rosen is our guy? So I'm looking at our other needs here, and I think I need help on the offensive line. So I'm trying to just take the best offensive player available. So can you pull up the O lineman, offensive tackle, and interior? So I'm looking here. I'm going to take Kingsley Suamataia.
Yeah, Kingsley Suamataia. Yeah.
I think he would be able to eventually start for you at right tackle. And I just see him as the best guy available here. I like Christian Haynes as well.
Yeah, right tackle is my second need for Vegas there. All right, New Orleans. So we got a tackle. We had gotten J.C. Latham in the first there. And so we need to get Derek Carr some help. Michael Thomas is gone. We got Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave. Let's get him a third weapon here. And let's get him an outside receiver in Roman Wilson.
Mm-hmm. All right. I got Tennessee after trading back, and we're going to go back-to-back wide receivers. I'm going to take the guy I was going to take earlier. I'm going to go Ricky Pearsall here.
Sure
thing.
All right, Giants. We got Malik Neighbors in the first round. Oh, I forgot we did have a second round pick, John. I misspoke earlier. The Leonard Williams pick.
I should have known that.
So it's tough because there aren't really any corners available. We could go Drew. A lot of people like Drew Phillips.
Can I point something out? This might not be an immediate need, but how is Chop Robinson available?
I don't know.
I'm shocked as you are.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough. It's tough because, would I love to take him? Yes. But we just traded for Brian Burns. And we have Kayvon Thibodeau. We have some other guys as well. So, unfortunately, Giants, I'm not taking him.
I'm looking at my teams, too, and I'm like, no. Raiders didn't need an edge. Broncos needed Knicks. Harbaugh had Senior still in his lap, so.
Yeah, so the next thing I see that fits up with what the Giants need and what the board shows is safety. So I think I'm just going to roll with Javon Bullard here.
It's a good pick.
Good pick. All right, I got Jags, and we just mentioned Chop Robinson. I think the slide stops there. You pair him up with Allen, and that'd be really dangerous.
Yeah. Who did you get in the first?
I took
Regime.
DeJean. So
Those are
I'm
two. That would be
That'd
a
be
hell of a class.
goaded for Jacksonville. I'm
Chopper.
building up a defensive specialized team down there in Jacksonville.
Yeah, him, Josh Allen, Trayvon Walker all together.
Oh yeah,
That would be so.
That'd
They love very athletic guys. That's why Trayvon Walker got picked first. Chop Robbins would be.
Bro, I have no idea what PFF's doing with the Jacksonville needs though. I have no clue why wide receiver is not there.
I don't know.
Like, I understand they signed Gabe Davis, but they need help a
Hey,
lot
their team Gabe Davis.
after that.
Chop going to Jacksonville in the first round. Now that we talk about it, his similarities, even though that's not an immediate need.
What?
I would not be surprised if Chop went to Jacksonville that early.
Oh, yeah.
That would be. There's a lot of people who think he's going to go top 20, and I have a hard time picturing what teams. But maybe it's them.
So Bengals, we got a corner in the first round, and I think the board fits well here with what we need. We need wide receiver. The interesting thing is which guy, Jalen Polk or Xavier Leggett.
Is T. Higgins going to get traded, or is he staying? I know he said.
I don't know. No one has offered me anything for T. Higgins yet. So, but and we're getting a little long in the tooth in the second round, which is what I'm asking for. So, but Jalen Polk is a guy. See, I don't know why I always think Jalen Polk is smaller than that, but he's 6'2". So, and Leggett's 6'3". So, yeah, I mean, this would be an interesting one. Leggett's actually 6'1", I believe. Pretty sure.
Yeah, I believe so. Polk is like, you know who Polk is like? It's like Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, but I always think he's shorter.
He has a slimmer frame.
Right. That's why I always think
he just always, if it's a third down, he's the guy to go to.
Yeah, that's why I always think of Polk as a slot. Leggett I have as an outside guy.
Polk can play outside too.
Right. But that's the thing, like it depends on which guy, or if we're trading T, then we need an outside. But currently we need a slot to replace Tyler Boyd. So I think with John saying that Polk can play outside as well, which he can based off me just looking at his size, which even though, that's not the prime determining factor, but I'm going to go with Jalen Polk here for Cincy.
Who did Cincy get in the first?
We got... It
was a tackle, right?
No, we got corner. We got Tyrion.
That's right.
All right, Philadelphia here. So we got Troy Franklin in the first round after picking up some picks. And I would be intrigued on offers here. If anyone's offering anything.
I'm not.
I can't think of a team right now that I have that would be offering.
Yeah. I was just very intrigued. Okay. Yeah, never mind. I was gonna I was gonna see and look to see if we could get a player, but actually, you know what? The Saints don't the Saints don't have any picks until 150, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's the thing though, I'm not gonna offer 50, but I am gonna do a trade right now though. been hearing rumors about him, and the Eagles are going to go get Marshawn Lattimore.
Wow.
Ooh.
And we're going to trade a 3rd-round pick.
Where does
Because
that leave the Saints at with corner?
they got youth. Paulson Adebo, Alante Taylor. Cameron Dantzler's not on the team.
Yeah, they don't update sometimes.
Ugo Amadi's a safety.
Who can play nickel safety?
Well, yeah. So it's going to be tough. It'll be tough for sure. It'll be tough. Corner, I think, was a need anyways. Yeah, I have corner as my 3rd need for New Orleans anyways. But at least this gives them a pick to actually potentially get a good replacement in the back end of the 2nd round there. Or, yeah, the 2nd round pick. It's not even a 3rd, but I count it as a 3rd. It's the last pick in the 2nd round, so it's fine. I'm not really worried about that. But, yeah, I like this and I think they'd be jumping to get the salary off the books, which I don't know if it would work for Philadelphia anyways, salary-wise. But I think it's getting a good player when, like I said, there's not really at this juncture any good ones available at the top of the board. So with that in tow, helps us out a little bit so we don't have to reach for a corner. And it still isn't a great board where I'm at, but I think I'm going to roll with Edgerrin Cooper here at 50.
Nice. So I'm San Francisco, and I now need to replace Brandon Ayuk. And I see that Xavier Legette is still available, correct?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm going to plug him in right where I had Ayuk.
Yeah.
Cheaper, younger. Let's roll.
I like that.
Where did Ayuk go to school again? I forget.
Arizona State?
That's right.
Yeah. He was the same draft as Jefferson. That's how I remember.
Yeah,
Played
Donnie, back to back here.
Well,
back to back here with LA.
Hey,
so
John.
Rams, I just had Byron Murphy. Jimmy, were you going to say something?
I want to trade up with the Dolphins.
What do you have to offer?
What do I have to offer? Good question. Let's see. I want to move up 3 spots, so I'm going to give you 55 on 184 just to move up 3 spots.
184 is that a 4th?
Mm-mm. That would be it's Chicago's pick, so
very early
6, I think.
What is a 158?
Let me check to make sure.
Don't even check 184. Check what 158 is.
Check them both.
184 is a 6. 158 is a 5.
Yeah, I'm not accepting that. I'm sorry.
All right, hold on. Don't hang up the phone yet. I'll give you 158 instead of 184.
No, that's still too late. I'd want like 158 in your future 3rd.
I'll give you 55, 158, and next year's Denver's 5th round pick. Just 3 spots, man.
Let me look at the board.
All right.
Let me get back to you. I want to look at who's available. So I got Byron Murphy in the 1st. I like the idea of having the Rams doubling up, unless they have like a flyer, like a quarterback. But you know what? Actually, rewind. I talked about this on Friday's episode. Go to wide receiver.
With Puka?
I mentioned this on Friday's episode. If you put this receiver, just hold it there. If you put this receiver in this offense to stretch it vertically along with Puka and Cooper Kupp Cup's getting older as well. So this could be the future too. But in the meantime, while Cooper Kupp is playing, you have Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, and Xavier Worthy.
Ooh,
That offense would be terrified. So give me Xavier Worthy here.
damn.
Yeah, I mean, he should be gone, way gone by now.
This is a steal at 52.
Oh, just that alone, yeah. I mean, I thought you were gonna go edge because that's my number 2 need for LA.
That's where I was thinking was edge. And so the question is, do I like Darius Robinson probably would have been the pick there.
That's who I was thinking.
Mm.
But Xavier Worthy, come on, man. That's crazy.
Well, and we are into the frozen portion of the show, gentlemen.
Oh, damn, this early?
It's right on time. Jimmy knows, hour and a half. We
Hour and a
freeze.
half.
Jimmy, you said you've been doing it on your own, right?
I haven't. I'm sorry.
No.
I stopped at like the end of the first.
Do you guys remember who you picked? Because maybe we could like reset it on like mine or something. Because we have a lot to go.
This is gonna be rough.
I know I took Edgerrin Cooper.
The Vikings took Drake May.
I bet we can remember. Do you guys want to try and run it through on one of mine?
But the problem is there's so many trades.
There was a lot of trades. Well, we could figure out the rest, at least that's on here. If you guys want to do it that way. But off memory.
Let me try to do my absolute best to get things back.
So let's see, who do I have upcoming? Oh, I didn't have a lot of picks for a while, actually.
Yeah, so it went Williams, Daniels, May to the Vikings, Harrison, Alt, Neighbors.
Okay, I'm going to create one.
And then someone traded up with the Titans of 7, right? The Jets.
Jets.
Traded up to get a Dunze. Falcons took Turner.
Are you redoing one right now, Rusty, or are you just saying this out loud?
No, I'm just saying it.
Okay, let's do it, but I'm actually putting them in on a new draft. So if we need to share my screen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it went Williams at 1, Daniels at 2.
Vikings up for May at 3.
Okay, let me do that trade. Vikings. This one didn't say they were going to trade. That's stupid. What did you give up? You gave 11, 23, a first, and then like another one, right? Oh, no. It doesn't matter if it's out of the top 3 this year. Okay, and then Minnesota took May.
Mm-hmm.
Arizona took Harrison. LA took Alt.
Mm-hmm.
Giants took Neighbors, right?
Yeah.
Tennessee traded with New York.
Yeah, the Jets.
To get a Dunze.
They gave what 10.72 for 7?
Yeah.
And they took a Dunze. And then Atlanta took Turner, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Chicago traded down with New England and gave up a buttload. So 11-9, and you gave up 23.
No.
30.
No,
you gave up 34.
Yeah, definitely 34.
It was like 34 and next year's 3rd or 2nd or something.
Yeah, something like that.
I'll just make sure it has 34.
And
that was McCarthy, right?
Yeah, that was JJ.
Okay. Tennessee then took Fuaga.
Mm.
Chicago took, who'd Chicago take?
Verse.
Jared Verse.
Yes, Jared Verse.
Denver traded down, right? Or no?
Yeah, Denver traded down with the Colts, and then Colts got Quinyon Mitchell.
This was the fleece. 15, 46, and 82, right?
I don't think it was that.
No,
Was
no.
it 2 seconds?
The fleece was the Lions coming up in the late.
Okay, so what was this one? Was it the first and second?
Maybe.
Yeah. What? No. Yes, because I gave you a second that you traded up with later.
That's right. Okay. So first and a second for 12, and you took Mitchell. And then the Raiders took Penix. The Saints, what'd they do?
We went Latham.
You went Latham that early? That makes
Mhm.
sense.
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom for that. Then Denver took Bowers, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Seattle, no one would trade, so they took Furtado. Jacksonville took DeJean.
Yes, I took DeJean.
Cincinnati took. Who did Cincinnati take? Fashanu?
No, it was defensive player.
Corner?
Think.
It was.
Oh, we're back. We are back, gentlemen.
Oh.
We're back.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep mine.
I mean, we can keep.
Let's go back to the first round. So it was
Just tell me so I have it up, and then I'll update it as we pick.
Tyrion
Just in case
Arnold
you
at
have-
18.
Yeah, Arnold.
Okay, 19 was Murphy.
Yeah, unfortunately, we can't see the trades, which sucks.
That's okay. 20, what was the Steelers?
Fashanu.
Right, Fashanu?
Yeah.
Miami was Barton.
Yeah, and then Chiefs came up for 22.
Yeah, Brian Thomas.
It was like, what, 64, right? And 159 or something? Yeah, I'll just do that.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know we got 64.
Yeah, and then they took Thomas. Patriots took, did they take tackle? Was it Mims?
Mims, yeah.
Yeah, we took Mims.
Dallas took who?
JPJ.
Center from Oregon.
Packers took
Johnny Noonan.
Tampa traded, or did they take someone?
Yeah, we traded down for the first, second, and third with the Lions.
It definitely sounds like a Dan Campbell trade.
That was crazy.
Listen, that's a Dan Campbell trade right there.
That is a Dan Campbell trade, though. For being
they got a lot too.
Lot two. Arizona took Wiggins. Buffalo took Mitchell.
Yep.
Tampa took, who'd they take?
Kool-Aid.
Baltimore took Ladd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
San Francisco took Guyton.
Yeah.
Philly took who?
Franklin.
Troy. Carolina took
Tampa.
Chicago took who?
Keon Coleman.
That's a good pick. Arizona took Frazier.
Mm-hmm.
Washington, didn't they take the tight end?
Morgan.
No, tackle Morgan.
Oh, that's right.
You're thinking probably Carolina.
Mm.
Yeah, Stainer still. I am. Tennessee took.
They traded.
Broncos came up.
Oh, even the Broncos said it was a good deal on this.
Second and third, yeah.
And that was the Knicks.
Yeah. Sanders.
Carolina,
JT Sanders.
Washington.
Rakestraw.
Green Bay was Newbin.
Yep.
Mhm.
Houston was Wilson.
Peyton Wilson.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Atlanta.
Lassiter.
Kamari Lassiter. There you are. Okay, Raiders. They took
Sua Mataya.
Tackle BYU.
There you are. Saints.
Roman Wilson.
Titans.
Ricky Pearsall.
Giants.
Bullard.
Javon Bullard. Jags.
Chop Robinson.
Bengals.
Jalen Polk.
Eagles.
Adrian Cooper.
Wasn't this a trade with the Steelers?
Yep. Steelers
Yeah.
traded with the 49ers.
Yeah, we gave you 51 and the Saints and the Eagles 7th rounders next year for Ayuk.
And then the 49ers took Leggett,
Yep.
right?
Yeah.
Rams took Worthy.
Yep.
And here we are.
Good intermission report for everyone that's listening. Just a reminder.
Eagles took who?
No, we're on with the Eagles right now.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So, and remember the Eagles also traded John 64 to the Saints for Lattimore.
Oh, right.
So we're on with Philly here, and this is all right. It's an okay board, but and we got Bryce Huff in the offseason. But I know Howie. He loves the trenches. This guy is way too far down the board right now, so we are going to go with Darius Robinson.
Darius Robinson. This is weird trying to do this on my while I'm doing it with you guys.
All right. Cleveland is finally on the clock.
Woo!
The last team to be on the clock. And unfortunately, that would have been nice to have Darius Robinson there. Once again, the corner market is just barren right now. Besides Drew Phillips, which I wouldn't be opposed to taking. Drew Phillips has a lot of steam right now.
I think that'd be a really good pick for the Browns right here.
Yeah, but however, there's a bunch of edge available that I like right here. And I think I'm going to go Adisa Isaac here for Cleveland.
I'm surprised you're picking him over Braswell.
Well, I think Braswell is more of a power guy. And with Myles Garrett, you already have power. So I think Isaac, you get the speed on the opposite side.
Interesting. Okay. All right, I have Miami, and I went offensive tackle in the first round, and I was scolded because I didn't go D-line, but I'm going to do that right here. I want to make up for it. We're going Braden Fisk here.
Yeah. All right, I'm on with Dallas, and you know what time it is. I absolutely hate that this has been mocked by everyone and their mother. But, yeah, it's Jonathan Brooks. The halfback, the running back need is just exorbitant in Dallas, and Brooks is – I think he's by far the best back in this class, even though he's coming off an ACL. I think he'll be ready for camp. And, yeah, it's – Brooks to Dallas.
I like running back there, but I don't think it's Brooks. I think it is I don't know who they'll take, but I think it's not going to be Brooks. Jalen Wright out of Tennessee.
I think Brooks is the only guy that is complete in terms of running backs. All right, back on with the Bucks. And so we got Kool-Aid in tow, along with the boatload of picks, thanks to Jimmy and Dan Campbell. But
Going for the kneecaps, man.
Yeah, this works out here. Interior O-line is the number one need I have. It is center, but luckily this Christian Haynes can play all three.
Nice.
Like he did at the Senior Bowl. So I'm going to go Christian Haynes for Tampa here.
That makes a ton of sense. I got the Packers. I already took safety. I already took D-line. I'm going to go offense here. I'm going to go offensive line, and I can't say his name for the life of me.
Karan Amagaji.
Amagaji.
I like Amagaji here for the Packers.
Karan Amagaji.
It's like, oh my God, gee.
Oh my God.
Gee, he's a plus, I hope.
Oh my God.
Hey, look! Whoa, it's me again. What the heck? Of course, it's Houston. I already took a linebacker in Peyton Wilson, a huge value pick. And could you scroll down just a little bit? I just want to make sure I'm not missing anyone. Okay. I know they got Danielle Hunter in the offseason, but I really like Braswell, and I think he could pair really well with Danielle. You could go D-line and go Ruka or Ahura here.
Or Roro.
Or whatever.
Braswell would be paired up with Will Anderson again.
That would be a lot of fun. And as much as I like Danielle for 2 years, I think you also got to think of depth. You got to think you could move Braswell around. I think Braswell would be such an interesting person here. So you could go Jenkins, you could go D-line traditionally, but I like Braswell. I think him in Houston would be super interesting. And having him learn under Danielle while Danielle ages and Braswell can come in, I think that makes a ton of sense.
Yeah, it's not what I would pick, but
oh my goodness, it's me again. I know. You guys just love when I talk. And
that's up well for Buffalo, though.
It does. Because do you think they would go Andrew Phillips here?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You and I were thinking the same thing because I'm thinking Drew Phillips.
I would have picked Phillips for the Texans, but
I could have.
All right, I'm back on the Bucks here. So we got our interior line, we got our corner, and now we can get a wide receiver. And I think he's going to pair well with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. That's going to be Malachi Corley here.
The Yak Attack?
Mm-hmm. For the Ravens, let's see. We went wide out. We went Ladd McConkey in the first round. And unfortunately, they're not – Max Melton's a guy I've seen in the second round.
Max Melton.
That's a possibility.
His brother is Packers receiver Bo Melton.
Yep. Ooh. Yeah. Definitely a possibility. Brandon Coleman is by far not a tackle, PFF. He is not he's a guard. And they're way high on him. Good Lord. ADP at 130. And they have him at 70. I could go Blake Fisher as well. He's the next tackle. They need right. But I think I'm going to go with the edge rush here and Marshawn Kneeland.
Nice. I like Marshawn Kneeland a lot. He will replace Jadeveon Clowney.
Yeah.
Mm.
So I'm on the clock with the 49ers. I filled my right tackle position with Tyler Guyton. I then traded Ayuk and then replaced him with Leggett using that second-round pick. Here I'm looking at the board at best player available, Chris Jenkins, who also just happens to be able to replace DeForest Buckner.
Eric Armstead.
Eric Armstead. DeForest Buckner left a few years ago.
Yeah.
And I'm going to take Chris Jenkins.
Yeah, I should probably go back to my San Fran needs because or maybe I just saw something in the on the depth chart. I think they got some people because I didn't have interior D-line anywhere on my needs. Yeah, so they traded for Malik Collins. And then, of course, they have Javon Hargrave. They got Jordan Elliott in free agency. But, yeah, there is definitely a need there. Yeah, I'm not sure why I didn't have – probably
I think just getting younger there also because a lot of these guys they have are on second, third contracts. And so Chris Jenkins brought in can be the future well past 24.
Yeah, they also got T.Y. McGill as well, so good veteran in that room there. So here's the pick the Saints got from the Eagles for Marshawn Lattimore. And so we got Latham and we got Roman Wilson. Desperately need a corner. So we're going to go Max Melton, pair him with Paulson Adebo and Alante Taylor, form a good top 3.
It's a good pick.
All right. With
Round 3.
Carolina. What?
Round 3.
Yeah. With Carolina, so we got corner and TJ Tampa and JT Sanders at the tight end position. And now we're going to get our wide receiver finally. And I like the top of the board. Jermaine Burton, very good player. And he's got a ton of experience as well, which I like. Doesn't have the drop issues that Devontae Walker does. Plus, he's an outside guy more, which they need more than the slot because they got Deontay Johnson. So you got Burton.
His only thing bringing him down is the off-field stuff.
Yeah, which is fine. But, yeah, so we're going to get Burton to pair with Thielen and Johnson there.
I like that.
I do too.
There's that tight end.
Arizona's back. So we took receiver Marvin Harrison. We got Nate Wiggins at corner, and we got Zach Frazier at center. As I mentioned before, we have needs pretty much everywhere. But I'm looking at the board here, and I'm intrigued by Jaden Hicks to put another young guy in that backfield. However, I like the defensive interior guys, D tackles available. I'm going to take Brandon Dorless here. I like Rourke Ororo. I think Brandon Dorless would be a better fit with Arizona.
Yeah, Ororo's Jimmy's guy.
I like him.
All right, I'm on at the Washington again here. And so we got Jaden Daniels, we got Enos Rakestraw, we got Jordan Morgan. And so let's go get some edge rush help. Luckily, there's one at the top of the board there, and we're going to go with Jonah Ellis. It's working out well for Washington so far, the board.
All right, I have the Patriots. I just need a refresher. Who did I get?
So you got Mims,
McCarthy. I think I.
And
That might be it.
I don't think you had a second.
All right, throw up the wide receivers. And I'm torn. I love the top 3 guys there. I love Walker. I love Baker. I love Wilson.
You need a guy today, though.
Yeah.
So I don't know about Wilson.
Yeah, that's the problem. I don't know about Wilson.
What about Jalen McMillan?
What was that?
You guys know me. I obviously have a lot of UW bias, if you can't tell already.
Jalen McMillan, you're thinking him?
I like him. Tez Walker has the drop issues.
Yeah. And with a team with so much drop issues, it could be a huge problem. So I'm going to surprise a lot of people. I'm going to go Javon Baker out of UCF.
Nice.
Yeah.
So the Chargers here. Go ahead, Rusty.
Yeah, I think either of those would be good. It's interesting though with JJ McCarthy, what kind of offense they're going to put together. But.
My first 3 picks with the Patriots have been offensive players.
So I'm the Chargers on the board here, and I'm looking at I got a tackle and I got my nickel. I'm looking at my other needs. I would like to be able to get another D lineman possibly, or a linebacker. I also look at running back available, and I know you guys are laughing because first off, let me update. Make sure I put John. It's just dropped.
Can I ask John? Who the hell is Justin Herbert throwing the ball to?
No, I know what you're talking about. But I don't like the receiver board that much right there.
Problem is you don't have another pick in the 3rd round.
that is the problem. It's I'm kind of in a tight squeeze here. Do I force a receiver pick, or do I take a position someone ranked higher than I think?
I think what a lot of teams are doing right now is like they're sitting there and they're like, all right, well, Tyler Boyd's like the big one, the best like free agent. Like once he gets signed, people are gonna be like, oh shit, like what do we do now?
Right.
Receiver.
I'm gonna surprise you guys, but Harbaugh wins games running the football and being tough. So I'm gonna take a running back here, but not Blake Corum. I'm not gonna reunite him. I'm gonna take Jalen Wright.
That's the right pick. It
has to be Blake Corum.
No, it's the right pick.
Now imagine if he got Sainristil and Corum, that would be funny. But
that'd be really funny. Wright.
Yeah, you think Harbaugh's gonna draft anyone but Michigan players? Like
he's gonna take JJ at 5. Sanders still in the 2nd, Corum in the 3rd.
No,
you'll definitely know that the new GM, what's his name, Joe Horitz, is not the one in charge.
No, he's gonna take Corum at 5, Jimmy.
Dang it! Taking Junior Colson in the 2nd.
Yeah. So the Giants. What do we got? We got Neighbors and Javon Bullard. So we need secondary help. And yeah, sure. The Kyrie's there. Let me see though. What else we got here? Well, that's tough. So you got Kyrie Jackson, that's in play. Brandon Coleman also is in play. They need guard help.
Coleman would be such a reach, though.
No, he wouldn't.
I think he's a 4th round guy.
I'm fine with him in the 3rd. I don't really care what his ADP is. That's one that I'm actually on with PFF is that I do. He was a road grader. But yeah, I mean the secondary is not great, so I think I am gonna go with Kyrie Jackson.
Okay.
The corner, the corners are getting tough, man. It
gets dry here.
Yeah. Arizona, John.
Yeah, so I'm looking at Arizona's needs, and I'm looking that I know I picked up Brandon Dorlus for secure the interior, but I want a little more edge rush. And so I'm trying to look at the edge rushing position here. I can do it on mine now because I also am keeping track. And this might be a little surprising here. Before I see if I want to pull that trigger, let me see. I'm looking at interior O-line as well. I know we got Zach Frazier, but I think we need to add another body there. Maybe you can get 2 starters in this draft for interior line. I really like Cooper Beebe. And seeing that I have another pick at 90, I think I'm going to take Cooper Beebe here at 93. Or I'm sorry, at 71. That's what I'm going to do here for Arizona's Cooper Beebe. And hope that the other guy I was eyeing will be there at 90.
What's wrong with Brandon Coleman?
I think they're a little high on that dude. I like Brandon Coleman, but I like Cooper Beebe better.
All right, I have Tennessee. Again, you're going to have to remind me what I already got. Ricky. Okay, I got my wide receiver. Okay, go to edge. And go to edge. I saw his name earlier. Just want to make sure.
You're drafting Javon Sullivan.
No, I'm taking Braylon Trice.
Interesting.
I like Trice here.
The only
I'm pretty high on Trice, and I think he'd make a good fit with Tennessee.
The only Washington guy John hates.
I like Trice. I would take him at like this is a good value for Trice though.
Yeah. And I have another pick in 4 picks, so.
Yeah, it's not where I would go with Tennessee, but all right, for the Bucks. And yeah, so we got a lot of picks. We got Christian Haynes, we got Malachi Corley, and we got Kool-Aid. So that's pretty solid start. What else do I need here? Well, I need running back. I'm not a big Rachaad White believer. Don't really like Blake Corum either. So I'm going to go with the guy that's already in Florida, and I'm going to go with Trey Benson here.
Nice.
Falcons. So we got Kamari Lassiter, and we got Dallas Turner. Am I going to stay on the defensive side of the ball? I don't know. No, I'm not. Yeah, no, I'm not. Bring him over. Let's add him to the arsenal for Kirk. Let's get Tez Walker here.
I think that's a decent value there.
I like that value a lot. All right, I have the Bears. And boy, I think I've done super well so far with them. Caleb Williams, Jared Verse, Keon Coleman. So at this point, I feel like you could go anywhere. And I'm going to take the guy whose name I cannot say, just so I don't have to ever say his name again. Rook. Oh, last name.
Oh, row.
Oh, Roro. I'm
It's
taking
3
Rook.
rows. Oh, row.
Oh, Ro.
Row. Oh,
I'm
row.
solidifying that defensive line. I'm getting Verse and while getting the QB of the future and a solid wide receiver in the second.
Wow, you didn't want to go tackle. Okay.
No, I like that offensive line for the Bears right now.
Braxton Jones.
All right, I have Tennessee, and I just took Trice, and I think this team just needs a safety. I don't like their safeties right now, and I mean, I like Jaden Hicks.
Damn, I like Jaden Hicks.
Yeah, I listen. There's nothing better than saying I like this guy. I'm going to draft him, and one of you guys going, "Damn it."
Sure.
So the Raiders are up. They have taken their quarterback. They've also taken their offensive tackle. And so I'm pulling up their depth chart here so I can make the best educated guess, prediction, selection. I still think I can add another guy to this line, especially center. I know I have Sumatia, but I want to get another guy interior. My D line looks great. I would like to add another linebacker as well. Safety, corner. That defense really needs a lot of help. So honestly, now I'm looking down here. I'm going to take Junior Colson. I think he's of looking at the defensive guys available. He's my favorite defender. And honestly, that entire defense needs some help. So give me Junior Colson.
Concur. I like that one. Washington again. So I think I filled most of the needs for Washington, and it works out well. The board just keeps bringing me stuff for Washington because literally every pick I've made for the Commanders, it has been right at the top of the board. And so here I'm going to do it again. And I know John's going to hate me for not picking McMillan, but McMillan, they already have Terry McLaurin and feel like he's similar. So I'm going to give him some size for Jaden Daniels outside, and we're going to get Johnny Wilson.
I like that. Do you guys think he can play actual snaps on offense year one? Or he needs, I think, a year or two to adjust?
I think he can play as a 4.
Yeah, as a 4, you're not a starter. You're not starting. You're not playing significant snaps. He's going to play a lot of special teams.
Yeah. I was just because I forget Yeah, so they have Olamide Zacchaeus as the 3 right now, / Jamison Crowder. So, yeah. All right, Atlanta just got Tez, and well, we we need to do it anyways. We need to. It's worthy of a pick here. And as much as I would like to go back to the defense, I like filling needs. So we're gonna get our quarterback of the future, hopefully, and we're gonna draft Spencer Rattler to be the QB3 this year.
Wow. I would hate you. You said. Oh, that was the last pick for Jalen McMillan.
Oh yeah.
I was okay.
All right, Cincy. What did we get for Cincinnati? We got Tyrion Arnold, and we got Jalen Polk. Pretty solid there. And here I'm gonna help Joe Burrow again, and we're gonna get Ben Sinnott here.
It's a good pick.
Got Mike Gesicki, but need a tight end of the future.
So I'm excited. Seattle's finally on the clock again. They have Troy Fautanu. So I honestly think the O-line looks good there. Maybe can get a center possibly. And then also just looking at the defense, we have we could get a corner. The way I look at the board is there's a few O-line options that I like, but the fact that I just took Fautanu, I like some running backs, receivers, but those don't really match needs. The board honestly has not fallen how Seattle would want it. Not being able to trade back really hurt them. So I see Roger Rosengarten, but again, we don't need another tackle. I'm going to surprise you guys, I think. This was the pick I was wanting. I was considering for Arizona earlier. They're going to be upset that he's not available at 90. If you go to edge rusher,
it's not one of the top guys.
No, I'm going to take Mohamed Kamara out of Colorado State. I think PFF is really low on him. I know the average draft position has at 130. I think Kamara could even sneak into round 2. He's just such a high motor guy. He doesn't have a lot of length. But like I said on Friday's episode, like he was all over the place against Colorado. Like this guy can take over games. Have him to develop him. I think that would be a good fit in McDonald's system.
All right, Jimmy Colts. You got Quinion, and I think that's it.
All right. Well, I mentioned earlier that they should think about trading for Ayuk, but here, since they have a need at wide receiver, I think they would take a wide receiver. So who's the receivers left here?
McMillan, Malik Walker.
Yep, I'm taking McMillan. I think McMillan for the Colts here makes a ton of sense.
Yeah.
I'm on the clock again. Rams have taken Byron Murphy, Xavier Worthy. Let me pull up edge rushers again. That's still a need I haven't filled. However, there's not really anybody on the board that speaks to me. I would have liked the Spencer Rattler pick here.
Say Spencer Rattler would have been nice.
But alas, we were foiled.
I like some of the edge rushers. I don't know.
I'm looking at, and I see Blake Fisher is available. I think being able to add to the offensive line here, I think this is good value to get Blake Fisher.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, Pittsburgh's finally back on the clock. So we filled our need at wide receiver with Ayuk. And we got our tackle in the first round, remember, with Olu Fashanu. So it's still kind of tough corner-wise. It's not great behind Joey Porter and Dante Jackson now. So I think, let me see what okay. Well, we do have a pick at 98, so that's there as well. You know what? Yeah. So I'm gonna go with the center here instead because I'm okay with some of the corners. Hopefully, one of those guys is there at 98, and I'm gonna go Sed Van Pran. A little early.
I think we had talked about that here for the Steelers if they didn't take a center in the first round on Friday.
Yeah, it's a little early at 84, but I just want to make sure I get him because I don't think he's gonna be there at 98. So
smart move.
All right, Cleveland. We went edge, right? The first pick in the second round there. Yeah, we went Adisa Isaac. So, unfortunately for my Steelers, I am going to go corner with Cleveland now. And I'm going to go with a guy that I was going to pick with Pittsburgh if I wouldn't have went Van Pran. I'm going to go Chris Abrams-Drain. I love both of the Missouri corners. I think I don't know why Abrams-Drain is down here. Probably because he's a little shorter at 5'11", but that's fine. He can play on the outside still. And he's very physical as far as I remember watching him play at Mizzou. So, yeah, I'm going to go Abrams-Drain for Cleveland.
Damn it. That's who I was going to take with Tennessee.
Houston?
Oh, yeah, Houston.
Pick one of the other ones.
I mean, I will. I'm going to take what's his name? I'm going to take it'd probably be popular to take Ronaldo Green, but I kind of like Jarian Jones.
Okay.
I'll go Jones over Green here. I was going to take Abrams-Drain, but yeah.
Dallas. So we got our running back and we got our center. So now what we need fits perfectly. Thank you all for not taking Brandon Coleman this entire time because we need a guard. We're going to flip Tyler Smith outside and we're going to slide Brandon Coleman right into his spot at the left guard position.
All right. I have the Packers. This is where it gets tough because I'm just not 100% sure what to do here.
You got Johnny Newton,
Newton,
Kieran Amagaji, and Tyler Nubin.
I feel like I have the needs pretty well set.
No, there are some more still.
I'm just trying to figure out where.
I mean, I could tell you.
What do you think? So my other one, maybe linebacker. I just don't know.
You've taken O-line. You've taken defensive interior safety.
My next two needs are interior O-line depth and running back.
I was gonna do running back, but I didn't know if they wanted to hang. Like I don't know.
Dylan's a free agent next year.
That's true.
I was thinking Corum here.
I was gonna go Irving. I like Irving over Corum.
All right, that what you want?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
Bucks. So we just took a running back in the second round or in the third, Terry Benson. So I'm almost out of needs for Tampa, but works out pretty well here in terms of what we got on the board at the top. Because I need some edge. Like I said, we released Shaq Barrett, and we need some help with Joe Tryon-Shoyinka and Yaya Diaby. So let me get Austin Booker, Kansas.
Nice.
Xavier Thomas is a guy I really like too, but
so I'm Arizona here, and I'm kind of upset. They were gonna take Muhammad Kamara here, but Seattle beat them to it. So I was looking at it, and one position that I don't know if a lot of people expect to be such a need, and just make sure I'm not misinformed off the top of my head. Yeah, I'm going to stand by this as running back. James Conner's getting up there in age, and I know they have some other number 2 options like Michael Carter, DeMarcado, but none of those guys, like, you need a running back of the future that can be your lead guy. And I know I talked about Corum, but there's another running back that I like here. That's Marshawn Lloyd.
I knew you were going to go that
I like Lloyd.
Yeah, that fits perfect with Arizona.
I have Green Bay again. I could double up running back and take Corum. That'd be funny. Show me interior offensive line right now.
There's some guys here still.
Ooh, I like Christian Mahogany. That's what I'm going to go with.
Top 2 guys are nice.
I like Mahogany here.
Yeah, reunites with Jeff Hafley, even though it's on the defensive side. But
yeah,
I'm sure Jeff would give LaFleur the rundown on Mahogany. All right, Bucks once again. What do you know? Tampa Bay. And
you're welcome.
yeah, I mean, I filled all of our needs, so that's cool. Now we can just go best player available, right? So we already did the running back thing. And makes a ton of sense. We haven't signed Antoine Winfield to a long-term deal yet. So I'm going to go with Kalen Bullock to provide some insurance at the safety position in case we can't get a deal done.
Nice. Kalen Bullock. Okay, so I'm up
Baltimore.
Nope,
no.
not yet. Great.
No.
Stop.
I am with
doing 3 things, so I'm like reading, and I was doing it ahead.
McConkey, Nealand, what I have for the Ravens so far. All right, we need corner, which is cool. And I'm just gonna go. Jimmy, I think I might also skip Bernardo Green. I'm gonna go Kalen Carson. Now you're up, John.
All right, let me make sure I got the Kalen Carson pick. So San Francisco's up, and I want to add to my corner room because I'm looking at, I got my D lineman, I got my receiver, I got my offensive tackle.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at the corners. I'm going to go Jarvis Brownlee Jr. He was a standout at the Senior Bowl, and honestly, I'm kind of surprised he's lasted this long to 94. I think he's going to be early third. This is a little bit lower than I thought he would go.
We need to not. I'm going to make sure I tag Bernardo Green in the video on Instagram.
You jerk! I was going to have him be a guest on our show.
Up again, John.
I was writing that down. Brownlee was an option here for the Chiefs too. But they've gotten their receiver, and I'm looking at a lot of the free agent losses. They took hit linebacker as well as trading away L'Jarius Sneed. So let me look at who's available at the linebackers. Jeremiah Trotter. I like Jordan McGee as well. But just because you said it, I'm going to take Bernardo Green here.
Just because we want him on the show sometime.
Brownlee would have been the pick here, and I don't think losing out on him or Green is not that bad of a consolation pick.
All right, I have the Jags. Go to interior offensive line.
Okay.
I like Mason McCormick here. I don't like Ezra Cleveland at all.
Mason McCormick, very athletic.
Yes, and I like that in a guard. I'm just not a fan of Ezra Cleveland. I wasn't a fan when he was on the Vikings. He didn't look good with the Jags. I don't know why they re-signed him. Maybe they think higher than I do. I think Mason McCormick makes a ton of sense here.
Okay. Sure.
Sure.
All right, the Bengals. So yeah, we got Burrow some help. We got Sinnott, and we got Jalen Polk, and then we got Terry Arnold in the first. So yeah, we're gonna continue. I think. Let me check. Oh yeah, we're gonna continue to help Joseph Burrow, and we're gonna get him a right tackle, and that's gonna be Roger Rosengard.
Oh, you suck. That would have been good. Yeah. Damn.
So the Steelers here, we went with Van Pran, and unfortunately, everyone took the damn corners. So
I like DJ James,
but you know, yeah, I don't think I like the value better. Let me see here. Yeah, so we got Fashanu. We got Van Pran, plus Ayuk. So no, I like the edge rush value better. So I think I am going to go with.
I hope it's not the guy I want.
No, it's not, because I'm just gonna go at the top of the board. I like Xavier Thomas. He's an older guy.
I want it, dude.
he's an older guy, but power rush, and he's got a good motor. I remember watching him on film. Just does everything.
Well, that's who I wanted for the Rams. So I'm looking at the edge rushing claw. There's some guys I like here. But you know, another position we missed out on, and I think this is the last guy in this position before there's another drop off. Give me Michael Pratt.
Okay.
He'll be able to take some time and sit behind Stafford, and even sit behind Garoppolo. But you see how much Garoppolo's hurt, and Stafford's older. If both of them get hurt, you can't tell me you'd be that surprised. So I think it's important to have a guy like Pratt, and hopefully mold him for the future.
Sure. It's not. I thought well, I mean, I did have QB2 as a need. They don't have Garoppolo.
Yeah, they do. It's a backup.
It doesn't show it on our lads.
Jimmy Garoppolo is a quarterback for the LA Rams. Yes.
Well, then why doesn't it show it on our lads?
Well, I don't know. Our lads might be behind on that.
Oh, because he's on IR.
It's exactly my point.
That's why.
Exactly my point. You can't tell me that you would be surprised if both Stafford and Garoppolo were hurt at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, I did have QB2 as a need, anyways. So, yeah, I mean, Washington, we're rolling through here. I already filled all of our needs. So I'm not gonna do a 2012 Washington, which I could very well, because I'm a big Jordan Travis person, especially after I watched his workout video the other day. He looks good already, coming back from a leg injury. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to double up the edge because that's big position of need, and we're gonna go a guy that that John really likes, and that's Brennan Jackson.
I do like Brennan Jackson.
That's who I
Is that
thought
who
you
you thought I was-
wanted.
Yeah, Brennan, I do like Brennan Jackson, but I have Xavier Thomas above him.
All right.
I gotta hop off, guys. I just gotta get going. So
Yeah.
enjoy the rest of the draft.
So we don't get individual grades for teams because we did all 32. Well, here's our first. Caleb Williams to the Bears, Jaden Daniels to the Commanders, Drake May, and a trade up to 3 with the Vikings, Marvin Harrison, the Cards, Joe Alt to the Chargers at 5, Malik Neighbors for the Giants, 6, Roma Dunze to the Jets, and a trade up at 7, Dallas Turner for the Falcons, JJ McCarthy with the Patriots coming back up from 11 to 9, Talise Fuaga to the Titans at 10, Jared Verse for the Bears at 11, Quinyon Mitchell in the trade up for the Colts at 12, Michael Penix in a surprise to the Raiders at 13, J.C. Latham for the Saints at 14, Brock Bowers to the Broncos at 15. Love the alliteration there. Troy Faltano for the Seahawks 16, Cooper DeJean for the Jags at 17, Tyrion Arnold for the Bengals at 18, Byron Murphy for the Rams 19, Olu Fashanu, Steelers at 20, Graham Barton, Dolphins at 21. Chiefs come all the way up to 22 to get Brian Thomas, Amarius Mims for the Patriots at 23, Jackson Powers Johnson, Cowboys at 24, Johnny Newton to the Packers at 25, Lions come up a couple spots for get Laiatu Latu, 26, Nate Wiggins, Cards at 27, Adonai Mitchell for the Bills at 28, Kool-Aid McKinstry, the Bucks 29, Lad McConkey for the Ravens 30, Tyler Guyton for the Niners at 31, Troy Franklin to the Eagles at 32. And yeah, this is the rest of our draft. Not going to go through all the picks, but
I'm looking at my overall draft hauls for my NFC and AFC West teams, and I like them all. I would say I'm looking at my favorite. That might have to be, honestly, the Raiders. I think taking Penix as your quarterback and then getting a good a tackle, I think could start, and Matia and Coulson who can start. There's 3 starters there. I think that's very good. I like the Cardinals also. They had a lot of picks, though. One that might have gotten away from me was the Chargers. I like Jalen Wright at running back, but like you said, it would have been nice to be able to get a receiver at some point, but it's not how it felt.
yeah, I was decently happy with all 3 of my team's picks. The Eagles specifically, I thought was a good one. Getting Marshawn Lattimore, getting Darius Robinson, Cooper, and then Franklin. But like I kept saying, dude, the Commanders, oh my goodness. It just fell right where I wanted it every single time. Daniels at 2, and then we came back. We got a left tackle and Jordan Morgan. We got a starting corner and Rakestraw. And then even in the 3rd round, we needed edge rush. We got Ellis, got Johnny Wilson to get Daniels another option in the passing game, and then got a second edge rusher in Brennan Jackson. So that was probably the number 1 out of my 3 teams, my 3 divisions there, I would say.
The Rams, I like the Rams. They were able to get Murphy. Yeah, this is a haul. Byron Murphy, Xavier Worthy, Blake Fisher, Michael Pratt.
Yeah, at the end,
Edge.
at the end, I wasn't sure, John. I thought you might go. I thought you might have went Cam Little. That is one that I've seen.
That high in the 3rd?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. All right.
I took my camera.
It's all good. I gotta reset mine to get back on here. But anyways, long 3-rounder. Appreciate you guys for being here.
Just me at the run.
Yeah, I'm hungry as hell too. So, but yeah, don't forget to follow us on all our social media at FAA Podcast on Instagram and X. FAApodcast.com is our website. Check us out here on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and X, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Make sure to catch the regular Monday show. We'll do our final 10-team mock draft in a couple hours. See y'all later.